What's up, guys? This is Leo,
and Kyle.
FYI, and we're here today with our first podcast with Miss Gerald.
Heritage Finest.
So, Miss Gerald, where are you from?
I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia, and I attended Bishop Sullivan Catholic High School. It used to be Norfolk Catholic on Granby Street, but when they moved to Virginia Beach, they changed the name.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Do you have family, like your mom and dad still in Chesapeake, Virginia? Or?
Yes, my mother and father and both of my grandparents are still in Chesapeake. My husband's family is in Chesapeake too, so a majority of my family is on the south side. So I live over here with my husband and my son.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, what do you like to do around Newport News or Chesapeake?
I really like to do two things: eat. I love food and I like to work out, so I run around. You can find me running up and down Jefferson Avenue or on the Nolan Trail. So working out, I'll be in the weight room here or maybe at the gym.
Okay. What's some of your favorite restaurants? You say you like to eat, right?
Yeah. Yes, my favorite restaurant is Brick House Pizza.
Brick House Pizza?
Yeah, in Newport News and Port Worth. I love pizza.
Yeah,
so
that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, same here.
I love pizza, so I go there probably too often.
Oh yeah, okay.
You look pretty good to be eating pizza a lot.
Yeah.
I do what I can. Keep it tight.
So, Miss Gerald, what do you have like a favorite music genre? You know?
I do have a favorite music genre. The funny thing is that I listen to a lot of the same music that you guys listen to.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's hard sometimes because of the music that I like to, some of the language that's involved, but I do listen to a lot of the music, but my favorite artists are, of course, Beyonce, but I listen to a lot of rap music, Drake, Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi, all of those people. I still listen to that as well, and I do it for two reasons. One, I like the music, but two, I can also keep up with what you guys are doing, so I understand the influences that are out there for you, so that I can kind of maximize on some of that stuff.
Speaking of Drake, I remember you coming to school as Drake. And I didn't notice it at first, but I was like, is that Miss Gerald? Everybody was like, yeah, it's Miss Gerald. And she was rapping. I was like, you rap as Drake?
I did. I rapped as Drake. That was definitely not my idea. I went around and around about what I was going to do for Celebrity Day because I wanted to do something completely out of the box. And everybody, my husband was like, oh, you could be Beyonce. But everybody would expect me to come as Beyonce. And he was like, no, be Drake. And I was like, okay. And that morning, he got his clothes out and was like, put this on, put this hat on. We practiced the songs at home. I knew a lot of the songs already, but just making sure I had the dance moves down. Right. So that when I was fully in my Drake character. And I didn't realize it. That day was actually Drake's birthday.
Oh, wow. That's perfect. That was well thought of, too.
That was, you know, that customized.
Thanks. I try. I do what I can.
Speaking of Drake, though, have you listened to his latest, More Life?
I have not listened to the latest. We do have the latest album, and my husband says it's not his favorite. I haven't had the opportunity to listen to it yet, so I'm interested. I've seen a lot of feedback online and on social media about it. Have y'all listened to it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was, to me, since I'm a big fan of Drake, it was great. You know?
Yeah.
It's pick and pull because he has a lot of songs up there. The reason he has a lot of songs up there though is because it's like for everyone. Mm-hmm. So it's guaranteed that you'll like something up there.
They said that about his last album too, though. His last album, people weren't very fond of it, but then it kind of grew on them over time.
So
I
think that's how it is with me. Like, I like More Life, but to me it's too Caribbean, you know what I'm saying, for himself, you know. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it was pretty good.
You think that has anything to do with Rihanna?
I believe so. I believe so.
Probably J-Lo. J-Lo.
But women influenced them. We could definitely say that.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Gerald, who is your hero? No.
My hero I have two. My mother, she was, let me get her title right. She was a computer engineer project manager for space and naval warfare. She was one of the few women in that field during that time. She's since retired from there. So she always told me when I was growing up to never be afraid of anything and taught me how to engage with folks on a professional level that you might be a little intimidated by sometimes, which I guess that's where the fearlessness when stuff happens. I don't panic. But also Mr. his wife, Mr. Watson's wife, Cynthia Watson, was my principal for my first job at Booker T. And she was the first African American female principal that I ever worked for. And she was just so strong and just so powerful in her presence and the way she connected with people. So those are two people that I really look up to and who I seek advice from on a regular basis.
So what inspired you to take on a powerful and responsible position as a school principal?
I didn't start out like this. Initially when I went to school, I was going to be a doctor. And of course, everybody goes to college. Everybody's going to be a doctor. And then I switched to computer engineering. And I wasn't really good in math. I failed math every year in high school. I struggled through the content. I graduated like second to last out of my senior class. School wasn't my thing. I got into college and one of my professors told me I had a gift for math. It's just someone hadn't taught it to me in the way that I needed it to be taught.
Right.
And I had a gift for presenting information to people. So she had me be the leader of the group for my Calc 3 class. And I was like,
it's a big role.
I know. And then she was like, you should consider being a teacher because we need more people that have had your struggle but have come on the other side of it. I really thought I was going to be like a math teacher, a math department chair, maybe a math specialist. But then the more I got into it, my first teaching job was at Booker T, Washington High School in Norfolk, very similar to Heritage. And I felt like I needed to move up into the school leadership role so I could lead a school that was like the one that I was working at.
Right.
Because I knew the impact that great relationships with kids could have. So initially I went from being a doctor to being a computer engineer like my mom to being a math teacher. And then when I got in that role and developed those relationships with my students, I really felt like leading a school building would be the best thing because I can have the biggest impact on a set of kids. So it's about how can I use what I've learned to help other students. The best way to do that is to influence teachers and influence students by being the building leader.
So, being a principal, I know that there are times that it can get rough. So, how do you handle those times?
I go out in the hall and the bell change. Like when it gets rough, I promise you, on my toughest day, we've had a lot of things happen. On my toughest day, no matter what I'm working on, no matter how stressed out I am, anything can happen. And at the next bell change, I can go into the hallway and there's guaranteed to be a kid that's going to give me a hug, say something crazy, do something crazy, try to show me the latest dance. Y'all are what help. Teachers will come and say, you know what? This just happened and it was really positive. Or I can go to a teacher's classroom and do a classroom observation and see some great instruction, and that inspires me to get back on to what I need to. Because there are some tough days in there, and what makes it all worth it is when I step outside of the office, see you in the hallway, see you in the cafeteria, see you in your classrooms with your teachers, being able to participate in something like this with y'all with Mr. Falk, it is really what keeps not just me, but all the administrators going. We could have the worst day ever and you go into the hallway and there's guaranteed a kid or a teacher or somebody in here is gonna make you smile.
That's amazing.
Yeah, when I'm in the hallway and I see you happy, that's a big role. Like we look at you, I look at you like a celebrity,
Well, thank you.
Authority. But to see you out there talking to kids and everything like that, it helps me too.
Definitely
helps me too.
Okay. All right. So the final question: do you have any motivational words? To tell the students that want to take on a role as yours, that big leadership role?
My thing is, don't ever be afraid. Don't be afraid of no. Don't be afraid of a door closing. Don't be afraid of anything, because you have to be willing to take the risk in order to grow. The growth happens in that little uncomfortable piece. That time where you're feeling like, I don't know if I should be able to, that's when you're growing. So you have to be willing to take the risk and don't be afraid. Because if you fall, Heritage High School is right here to catch you.
All right.
Heard it from the best, the finest.
Miss Principal Miss Gerald. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me be your first. I appreciate it, guys. Oh my gosh, this is great. Y'all did an awesome job.
Thank you. You did too.
Thanks. I try to do what I can, for the kids.